Hello and welcome to the first ever HitScan Podcast, or HitScan Cast, or something along those lines. HitCast. Yeah, I like that. With me, right below me actually, in his fancy Dumbledore office apartment, Casey is with us, our resident Apex Legends expert.
Sure.
Every single book behind him is about Apex.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And off to my that way, whatever that way is.
Is that right?
Right.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Left or right.
Whatever. Who cares? Is our resident Animal Crossing expert, Abbie. See, I told you I would introduce you that way every time.
Yeah. I mean, I also have Apex books behind me, but
No,
I have like 300 hours in Animal Crossing. That overrides everything.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you probably have more hours in Animal Crossing than you do in Apex
No,
Legends.
no personality or knowledge, just Animal Crossing experience.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
that's all there is to me. Nothing else.
And right below her is our resident meme lord,
Dipshit.
Mordhau dipshit. Ali.
Yeah, that could be my thing. Okay.
How are we?
Terrible.
I had a fucking really what's up?
Nothing, mate. You crack on.
Okay, I had a really bad scare. Show and tell right here. So my girlfriend's been feeling really ill for the last few days, and she's had flu-like symptoms, let's say.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so she ordered a COVID test and did one, and then came into the room and was like, I've got the Rona.
Oh no.
What? Really?
Shit. And I'm like, right, okay, well, then I've got it, and probably my 10-month-old boy has got it. And so, yeah, I did a test and I got the same result. And I, sort of, trusted that she'd read it correctly.
Did you save all of this for the podcast? Because it's kind of something we'd want to know about near the time.
I did, yeah. So this
I feel
happened.
like there's a twist coming.
Yeah, there's an end to this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this happened like mere hours ago. So that's what showed up on the test. Okay. So you'll see there's a C with a line in it, right?
Yeah.
So my girlfriend took that to be, positive. Like the C has a line in it. Turns out
it's T that needs the line.
total fucking opposite. Absolutely fine. She's got a bad cold and we're all good. But not before she'd called her parents and I'd called mine and said, hey, we've seen you recently and hope you've got your shots because we've got COVID. And then had to ring back immediately 5 minutes later and say, hey, no, she's a dipshit and read it wrong. So
Oh my
we're
god.
fine.
You don't have a deadly disease. Gotcha.
Yeah. So
It's like one of those things. There's now you can buy like super expensive like pregnancy tests that just because people were having so many problems interpreting them correctly, and now it pretty much has to spell it out. You are not, in fact, pregnant right now.
Two vertical lines is just too difficult.
Yeah.
It is.
No, they're horizontal. That's how difficult they are.
Yeah,
Okay.
look, the horizontal. See? Just it doesn't make any sense.
No,
And,
we don't give them at work. They're quite scary machines.
Yeah. And
I also had to take one. I thought I had COVID as well. I had the jab, my second dose, and it made me so fucking ill.
Oh,
I
which
thought I
kind did
had
you
it.
get?
The Pfizer.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
But I had like
Welcome back to
breathing
HitScan,
issues.
the vaccine podcast.
yeah.
I had like breathing issues, and I was like, "You're not supposed to have that. That's not good." But I took
No.
a test, and I didn't have COVID, so we're good. I'm fine.
Okay, good.
I'm glad you're not dead. That's great.
Thanks.
This would be a totally different vibe if we had Abbie on life support in the top right corner.
Yeah.
That's what those wires are.
Yeah.
It's not headphones. Anyone else had any run-ins with fucking deadly diseases lately, or
My wisdom teeth got infected.
Oh,
We can talk about that on a podcast that we're releasing on the internet if you want. If
Sure.
that's the fucking tone we're setting.
Fucking sure. Why not? Why not?
No, we're not doing that, James.
Okay,
That was
no.
sarcasm.
No, you won't.
talking about COVID. No. Talking about something positive, because every single podcast all through the past 2 years has been all about it's weird how we can't go places now and we have to wear these things on our face. Isn't that crazy? Like, come on. How did you get into? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm on board.
So I didn't really know kind of how to start. I was thinking like the usual thing will just be like talking about what we played, but since it's like the first podcast and the first time that people will like see us on Facecam and stuff for people who aren't familiar with it, maybe a bit of history, starting with our baby of the group, because her history will be short. Then everyone's will get slowly longer until we end up with my old ass, and I'll try and make mine short.
Okay.
Shoot.
Well, I am the baby of the group. So when I was a kid, my dad was always into video games. Ever since I've known him, he's played them. I don't remember too much from my childhood, but I remember having a PS3. I know we had like a PS2. I don't remember it. But I never was a console gamer. He played on his PC a lot. And
the right way.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys will know, but Casey might not, of how fucking tiny UK houses are. We had our PC in the dining room.
Yeah.
Because that's the only place it would go.
The family.
And little old me would pull up a dining chair and sit next to him and watch him play Left 4 Dead and get traumatized by it because I was scared of everything.
Yeah.
And then he eventually let me on his PC, and I kept making it all gross and dirty because kids are disgusting. So he eventually gave up and just gave me my own.
How old were you roughly when you got your first PC?
I think I was 9 years old, or maybe a bit younger than that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm about the same.
Yeah. I had a Nintendo DS as well, but I never was really a console person.
No. Do you remember like your first games and stuff? Like what you played?
I remember getting a Bratz DS game. That was my first one.
Did you pick it?
No.
Okay. No,
I played it.
I mean, yeah, you got it right, but like, I couldn't imagine you picking a Bratz game.
It's a good starting point.
For PC, my first like proper game was probably Minecraft. I played like Club Penguin and
yes,
like,
Club Penguin. I played too much of that.
But like first actual proper game was probably Minecraft on PC.
That's a good fucking first game.
It is.
Damn.
Sets you off right for the survival category.
Yeah. I was always too scared to play a lot of games though. So most of the time I just watch YouTube videos of other people playing them.
Well, that's like why Let's Plays took off so well. Back in like 2010 to 12 era. Let's Plays were like all the people would do were like 50 parts. And you would watch it as if it was a TV show every week. Like, oh, Sly Foxhound just uploaded his new Minecraft Let's Play. And you're like, yeah.
Exactly.
And you watch 30 fucking minutes of this guy playing Minecraft. That just, it hasn't aged very well. No. I don't think it's the format.
No. Yeah. That's my story.
Cool. Good first game though. Ali,
absolutely.
I know you constantly state that you're 39 years old, but you are.
I am 143 as of yesterday.
Most definitely not. I see. We've known each other a while, but I don't.
About 10 years.
Yeah, I don't know how you got into gaming.
Well, James, it's great that you asked. I kind of started by accident. Basically, my dad's a big turbo game lord. He used to play like Asteroids in the arcades and have like the top score. He was that guy.
Oh shit.
Asteroids, Galaga, Missile Command. He got like the Missile Command top score in like the whole of his university canteen or something like that.
Damn. Okay.
So he had like day 1 PlayStation 1, day 2 PlayStation 2, and like before that Sega Mega Drive, Genesis, all that kind of shit. So like there was always a games console available, but I was just too interested in I can run around outside.
Yeah.
To like sit and read things. So what kind of happened was he would sit and play the PlayStation 1 in the main living room, But I was never allowed to watch, and I was like, "Oh, what's the fun things are happening behind this big mystical wooden door, and I'm not allowed to see it." I'd be like 3 or 4 years old, and then it kind of got to that one point, like when you're sort of unsupervised for like 20 minutes, and somehow fucking hell breaks loose within those 20 minutes. I decided to just look behind the mirror on like the mantelpiece for absolutely no reason. There's a box. What's in the box, James?
But I don't know what's in that box.
Resident fucking Evil on PlayStation.
Oh no!
So I was like, "Ooh, a DVD! I'm going to put it in the PlayStation box." And then I was like, just within 5 minutes, completely traumatized of playing the game.
Yeah.
Like it loaded up a previous save he had. Those like tiny little memory cards
Yes.
PlayStations used to have. It had his save on it. So as soon as I put the game in and started it took me to right where he was in like this abandoned hospital full of fog, and then some like headless nurses ran towards me, and at that point it's all repressed memories because of the trauma. So
I'm trying to think which Resident
that's
Evil
how I
that
started.
was. I remember the nurses in Silent Hill, but I don't remember nurses in Resident Evil. Don't remember. But yeah, that's. I have a weirdly similar kind of thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Casey, who's older out of the two of us? I don't remember. Am I older?
You.
Right. Okay. You go then. You go. How did you get into gaming?
I mean, I feel like I'm the oddball out of this group.
Yeah.
First off, I'm American. I don't live in the UK. And two, on the subject of gaming, I don't know. Gaming's never really been a huge, like, I would never like consider it like an essential part of my life until I'd say most of my gaming has happened really in the last year or so. But I mean, gaming's been around. I mean, before I was born, my parents had NES, and so I mean, when I was little, I would play, like Top Gun,
Ooh.
Duck Hunter, that kind of stuff on it. Then I guess whenever it was time that the first PlayStation launched, I think it was like a radio contest or something. But my grandpa won it, and it came with a bunch of games. And I mean, my grandpa's not going to sit around, and play a PlayStation, so we gave it to my sister and I. And I mean, it came with NBA Jam Extreme. Gosh, what's the game? Twisted Metal, Crash Bandicoot, all of those, and like we'd play them from time to time. And I mean, we got a PlayStation, or we bought like Final Fantasy for it, just random games here and there, and then got a PS2. Had a Game Boy, which only really ever played the Pokemon games on, but I mean, there would just be like games here and there that I would play, but I mean, for the longest time, like it could be months before I played a game. But then like, I mean, since last year, and with like not being able to go out and do stuff, hang out with other people and all that, I mean, it's gotten me more into gaming because I can actually do stuff with other people. And I mean, it's like how I know all you guys now. And
it's an incredibly inclusive hobby, I found.
And yeah, now pretty much I probably spend at least a couple hours a day playing a game. So
yeah, you've got like over the past, not to interrupt, but over the past period, you've become so noticeably better at like shooter games to the point where it's like, is this the same fucking guy that started about like a year ago?
Yeah,
I know.
Kind of scary.
Yeah, it was really noticeable in that like that Apex Legends like video that we did where we just played some arenas, and I was like, fucking, has Casey got someone else playing for him? Like, what the fuck?
Well, and then even since then, I felt like it got even better. I mean, I've just been working on like recoil control and stuff like that. So
yeah. I watched that fucking Casey sent around like a little, I think was it R301 spray that you did.
Yeah, on the training rounds.
I had to wonder if he had some kind of fucking aimbot on or some shit.
Yeah.
Like it was just like like all on, just dead on. Like damn. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's one of the easiest guns to control recoil.
Don't sell yourself short, man.
most people can't do that.
I can't do that.
Like, I
No.
can't.
Oh. That's why I use the flat line. You know, I just turn the mouse in circles, and it roughly gets there.
I feel like you'd be really good at Rust, Casey. Like with the recall
Yeah.
control and the
Yeah.
200 IQ
Yeah.
gameplay, you'd outsmart all the chuckle
Yeah.
fucks that play that game.
For sure, yeah.
So I'll turn the question on you, James. How did you become gamer.exe in the real world?
I'm going to really condense this down, because we'll be here for fucking hours. My earliest memory of seeing a video game, and I'm pretty sure it was like the first time I ever laid eyes on one. I was probably 3 or 4, and that's like how much this sort of traumatic memory has stuck with me, is that I can remember it from that far ago. My mum was playing Altered Beast on the Sega Mega Drive, or the Sega Genesis, as you guys in the US will know.
Very trippy game.
Yeah. And there was this one boss. The first boss was like a giant like tree with a face on it, and it had this animation when it attacked that it would move its hand in a really weird way, and it would throw copies of its face at the protagonist. And I was fucking terrified by that. And my nan would say, you know, if you hide behind the sofa and look at it with only
They
one eye.
can't get you.
Well, no. If you hide behind the sofa and look at it with one eye, it's only half as bad. So
Well, that's kind of how they used to watch like scary stuff like Doctor Who back in the day.
yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly. But that didn't fucking work. So yeah, I never played Altered Beast as a result. But I did start playing, you know, Sonic and things like that. And, all the consoles my uncle Scott owned, and he is like what I am now, where he just sat in his room and just played video games all day. It was like,
Good.
like as a child, that was like amazing. Like, holy shit.
That's the dream.
Like, I can just like grow up and buy my own consoles and just sit in the room and play video games all day. That sounds amazing. And he had like every console. Like, he would keep all the old consoles in great condition. So, you know, I went back and, you know, played a NES, SNES, Mega Drive, PlayStation, and, you know, like right the way through until round about the time that the Xbox came out. And then we started to get our own consoles at home. Like we had the N64 before that, and then we kind of went from there. But my dad was always a PC gamer.
Yep. Good old Paul.
Yeah, so he played Command and Conquer, and I'd sort of seen him doing this, and I was like, wow, that game actually looks really cool. And I'd played a little bit of that on my uncle's Sega Saturn, a console that no one fucking remembers because it was a disaster. So I wondered how the hell you could play games with a mouse and keyboard, and quickly found out that, fuck me, that is the best way to play video games. Like, holy shit. So yeah, we used to play over LAN, Command and Conquer, and then Command and Conquer Red Alert. My dad would always build these bullshit bases where he would put a power plant surrounded by Tesla coils, so you just fucking couldn't do anything about it.
Is that the kind of the gameplay vibe that your sisters adopted? Remember playing Age of Empires 2 with the
Yes.
Paladin setup? That's the exact same thing that your dad did.
Yeah. Sadly, yeah, she's inherited a lot of those bullshit strategies from my dad. But yeah, so that was pretty much what he played. I got a PC at like age 8, 9, and then just went on to play PC games, and yeah, and then never looked back really from that point on. Had a 360, but just carried on with the PC. Got into PUBG some ways down the line. Got into a competitive team. Competed in like GSL tournaments, ESL tournaments, all that kind of shit.
North Sea Gaming.
Yeah,
That was it.
yeah. And
I remember that phase. That was cool.
Had a really good time with that. And my parents were like watching those streams and were like super proud. And then and like me and my mum used to play this game called Unreal Tournament, which was like Quake. And we played recently. And she plays every day, bear in mind, still.
Really?
Yeah. And I went back to sort of like play some Unreal with her, and she turned around to my dad and was like, how the fuck is he so accurate? And she won't play with me anymore unless I just use the shield gun. So yeah,
clear.
That's like the condensed history before I got into it, really.
That's incredible.
So yeah.
I do have a follow-up question to this topic.
Yeah.
That's kind of on the same vibe.
Yeah.
I very sort of distinctly remember my first online multiplayer experience and how that sort of changes your view of how games work and operate. Because
Yeah.
before it's sort of just like, I'll get some friends out of my house, I'll get a McDonald's, we're going to play Halo 3, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But having like the entire internet, the entire universe against you in online gaming is quite an interesting thing. So I'd like to hear about how, if you can remember specifically the first time you played online gaming.
Oh.
Also, sorry, I'm sorting the garlic bread as we speak.
He's just talking to us from across the room.
Yeah, I'll let Abbie take this while I try and remember which game it was.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I played Club Penguin and shit like that.
Yeah.
So all of that's online. And because I am the baby of the group, I pretty much grew up just having online games already. But the first like proper online game I played was TF2, Team Fortress 2.
Really?
Yeah.
That's still quite OG though.
Yeah. Yeah. I've played that a lot. It was my first FPS as well.
What did you mean?
Scout.
I thought as much.
Yeah. No, I got
you
that
tell
vibe.
why I like on saying it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But yeah, I did grow up with having online games. So after I played TF2, I played the other TF2, but Titanfall 2.
Clever.
And then I went on to Apex after that. But yeah.
Nice.
Do you remember what yours was, Casey?
That's a good basis.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's pretty easy to remember last year.
Yeah.
So Apex, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Apex was the first I ever played with people I didn't know IRL. Or with anybody really. But I mean, I did do like when I was in school, we got permission after school, to install Counter-Strike on all the computers and
You
play
got
against
permission
each
to do
other.
that?
Yeah, we didn't get
Yeah.
that.
I would take my Xbox over to my friend's house and, we'd hook up the network cables and play Halo on 2 different TVs because we couldn't screen peek that way, and I mean, I did play multiplayer games, but it was always like, it wasn't online until last year that I ever played anything. Like I just played Call of Duty and stuff, for the campaigns, and then when I wanted something else to do, I would just play against bots.
Did you see what I did there down there?
There'll be a few teething issues with the format as we tinker with it.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
We're going to ignore the fact that just said fist
multiplayer experience. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember what yours was, Ali?
Yeah, vividly. I remember. Well, all I used to play was Halo 3, Xbox 360. This would have been like 2000. When did that come out? 2008. So I was 10.
Yeah.
And it was just Halo 3 all the time. Halo 3 or Oblivion. I used to. Oh, when Oblivion came out, that changed my whole life. I remember waiting for like that game to drop. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Halo 3 on Xbox 360. I used to play split screen with all my pals from school and my wee brother almost every single day. So it was like I kind of got good at the game. But it was mostly like Forge. Did you guys ever play Halo? Do you know what like the Forge menu? It's kind of like sandbox creative mode where you just make whatever you want. So we used to play that all the time. And then my friends at school were like, "Oh, you ever heard of Xbox Live?" And then like, as if it was some like undercover street drug, you know what I mean? I can sort you a bit of Xbox Live membership. I was like, okay, I've never heard of this before. And they were like, it's like £30 a month and you get shouted at by Americans. And I was like, oh, that sounds amazing fun. And then, do you remember?
Casey for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We have that for free now. But it was like official Xbox magazine or something had a subscriber special where you would get like a month's Xbox Live or whatever. So, but this was when you had Xbox Gold and Xbox Silver. I don't know if you still have that. Anyway, irrelevant.
That's the case anymore. Yeah.
You get the Game Pass, whatever. Anyway, so it was Halo 3, and I set up my account. I can't remember what the account name was. I think it was Pikachu, but I spelt it wrong. So it's Pikachu as in to bite things.
Yeah.
Anyway, Halo 3 snow map, and I won. It was like not TDM, it was like deathmatch, so it was like free for all. But
Yeah.
10-year-old Ali beat like 16 people, and I don't think I've not come down from that high yet from that win over like 13. That was 13 years ago.
Yeah, you know, now you know how I
It's a
feel.
topic quickly.
I think mine is kind of weird because I played Unreal a little bit online, but I didn't like know anyone who I was playing with. It was just with strangers. The first time I sort of played with friends was Guild Wars, the original Guild Wars, because a couple of my mates had got it, and then I was in like secondary school at this point, and my two of my best mates, Andy and Ant, they were playing World of Warcraft, and I had no fucking idea what that was. And I was getting all my other friends into Guild Wars, and this kind of weird divide started where it was like, you know, Burning Crusade was about to come out for them, so they were like, "Well, we're about to get flying mounts. Do you have flying mounts?" And we're like, "No, we don't have mounts." And he was like, "Well, what level are you?" And I'm like, level 20, I'm max level. We're like, we're level 60, we shit on you. I'm like, okay, that doesn't quite make sense. And they were like, yeah, how much damage do you do? And I'm like, I don't know, like, probably like every hit does like maybe 70. And they're like, 70? Lol, I was doing that at like level 2 in Goldshire, which I had no fucking idea what that meant either.
Oh my god, Goldshire.
Yeah, so I played a bunch of Guild Wars, PvP mostly, and then like finally was enlightened when I bought my friend's account from him, and he had like this level 70 night elf warrior with all the PvP gear, and I was like,
all right, careful, James. This is a terms of service violation. You're not supposed to share accounts. So
fine.
careful what you're saying.
Whatever. And it was like fully geared and ready to go for PvP, and I had no idea what I was doing. Rolled into PvP and got my fucking face stomped. So, but then my parents saw that I was playing WoW, and my dad was like really interested in it, and then they started playing WoW, and my dad still plays WoW to this day. We were all part of the same guild that included, so it was me, my mum, my dad, my uncle, and my sister was part of it for a while, and we just used to raid together, and it was fucking amazing.
It's like a movie, bro. Your life's a movie.
Yeah, wild, like fucking yeah. Yeah.
Well, I've got a question.
Hmm.
So, I know, like, when you guys were talking about like your, it's just a short question. How you got into gaming? Like, all three you guys, your family gamed. Some part of your family gamed in one shape or form.
Yeah.
Like, I never really was into gaming enough that, like, it was ever like a concern from my parents, like, hey, you're playing video games too much, you know, like,
Yeah.
go outside, go do something else. Like, what was, like, did you ever have any experiences like that? Like, I just wonder, like, how the perspective is, you know, having parents that do, or family members that game, like, do they ever see that your amount of gaming is concerning?
No, to be honest with you, because even whilst I was doing all of that, I'd say like most of my like childhood, especially like up to like 16, I would be outside playing football, playing basketball, running around playing Manhunt, and you know, doing fucking crazy
I used
shit.
to play Manhunt.
Yeah, running unbelievable amounts of miles. I have no idea how many miles I put on these legs before I even reached the age of 16, but I did a lot of fucking running. I can tell you that. So it was never a massive concern.
Only recently you degraded into doing nothing but gaming. Right.
Yeah, because I realized that, you know, I'm at that age now where like my Uncle Scott was, you know, when I first sort of saw him gaming, and I'm like, yeah, I could be that guy now, you know?
Yeah.
The 24/7 game mode.
And they're doing his work for work and playing games on the same time.
Exactly. I very much remember an instance where there was a point when my dad was like, Ali, this is getting out of control. And I was like, there's like, even as a 13, 14-year-old who's like, no, parents, I'll do as I please. I was like, yeah, you're kind of right. Because it was one of those ones where it was like, it was the summer holidays from school. So obviously, what the fuck else you do as a 14-year-old other than play World of Warcraft for 12 hours a day? I very vividly remember. I think it was like me, a few other friends. We weren't even playing World of Warcraft productively. It was literally just running around Northrend or Dalaran. And then there's this thing called Dala diving where you jump off of an island in Dalaran, land in the water. We did that for hours, and then occasionally do a battleground. But it genuinely got to the point where it was like, guys, have you noticed it's fucking bright outside? And we're like, oh shit, yeah. It was 8:30 in the morning. And then I was like, oh, I had to go out to lunch later. And it was I got dragged out of bed at like 10 a.m. So genuinely about 45 minutes of sleep. And that was a turning point where my dad was like, you're playing World of Warcraft, aren't you? I was like, yeah. Got mad XP though, Dad. You would understand. You wouldn't get it. I'm an angsty teenager, pro at World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
but
you don't understand the gains I just got last night.
Exactly, Dad. I'm exalted with Stormwind. Can you look at the tabard I've got, Father?
I know. Look at it. It's purple. Do you understand the Professor Plums that has happened for me here? Like, look at this.
That was intense.
Yeah.
Also, it's a quick question that's not relevant to the podcast. We can edit this out. Is this live?
No.
Because people are asking for the link. Oh, okay. I just thought because you did it on OBS that it was like live.
No, we're just recording on here. Because I was just going to clip out, like, if it went too long, I just wanted to, like, get it condensed and stuff. So don't worry about that.
Okay. Well, we can edit this bit out. Welcome back to the podcast. Irrelevant question removed.
Yeah.
When we play Battlefield, though, that'll be live.
Oh, I've installed that. I'm quite excited to play that.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at it, though.
So for those who don't know, right after we finish recording this podcast, but you won't see this until tomorrow, yesterday for you will have streamed some Battlefield 4. Does that make sense? That makes sense in my head.
I'm lost. I'm part of it.
Yeah. Yesterday for you will have played some Battlefield on Twitch. The VOD will go up on YouTube eventually, but I have no idea how that works because we've not done it yet. We've not streamed yet, so it'll be our first stream. You can check it out on twitch.tv/HitScan on Twitch. Or if you can't be bothered to do that, if you go that website up there.
The website at the top. Other side up. There you
go. Then you can just scroll down and there's a tune in button. You just press that and it'll take you straight to the channel. Because who types URLs these days?
I type all of them.
All of them.
Show off.
Yeah.
Wow.
http:// every single time.
Yeah.
When I go to watch a Twitch stream, I type in the URL every time. It's easier for me to type than to navigate menus.
Yeah.
That's the Twitch moderator.
My hands off the keyboard, the quicker I can get somewhere.
And whilst we're on the topic of stuff we're going to do, really quick, just wanted to talk about what the rough plans are for stuff that's coming up. Abs, you're looking at Sun Harvest at the moment,
Haven.
right? Sun Haven. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Yeah, that's
slowly but surely.
Yeah, that's a Stardew Valley-esque thing that's in early access. So Abs is going to take that on and do her first solo unfinished business, and we'll drag someone in there to come and take a look at that when she's played enough of it to get an opinion on it. I think you're streaming it all as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I think it's going to take a while to get into. There's a lot going on, so I don't know how much I will stream, but I'm streaming it at the moment.
Yeah, but it's a good looking game so far.
Yeah, I'm liking it a lot.
It's a good stream as well.
Yeah, it was.
Don't forget to shout out there.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I've fucked up the kitchen a little bit.
Ali and I and whoever else is going to join us from this crew. We're going to play some Mordhau because Ali is.
Oh fuck! Yeah, okay, I'm excited now.
Ali, you are a top what percentage would you say?
Well, I'm Diamond 5. So I genuinely don't know what the percentage that is out of all players because there's so few people that fucking play this game anymore.
Okay. Well,
what's the highest ranking?
Yeah, apart from the sweat lords who play it professionally, who do like coaching and stuff, I'm the highest rank.
Right. Okay. So highest achievable rank for a Muggle.
Yeah, exactly. For people who have lives outside of the game, but other than that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so excited to just stomp you guys into the dirt. It's gonna be so exciting.
Yeah. It'll make a change. And
Oh, that's fucking rich. That's fucking rich. Podcast drama. We're calling it out.
yeah, and we'll be because we both have VR headsets now. Because I got your old shitty one, and you got a brand new shiny one.
Hey, whoa! What
Brand
you
new
got
shiny
there?
one with
Absolute mega deal, by the way.
yeah. You used all the Dogecoin I gave you to buy a new VR headset.
Yeah, I got the Oculus Rift S. It's kind of good.
Yeah, and I'm not jealous. But we will stream some stuff on there. Maybe some
Absolutely. Pavlov 1v1s. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking
You're
forward
brave
to
if you're taking that on.
I'll take that. I'm not bad at Pavlov. I'm all right.
All right. We'll save that for the content.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to try and drag Casey and one other of these people over there to do some more Apexy stuff. Maybe just some like gameplay videos or like talk over patch changes and stuff. We like that game, so we're going to do like a lot of coverage on it. Plus, there's not a lot of shooters coming out for a while.
Unfortunately, not.
Yeah. Though we'll be checking out that EA Play when that drops. I think that's the 22nd of this month.
Oh.
Is that just like the Origin Battle Pass kind of thing?
No, it's their like showcase because they didn't do anything at E3. They're doing
They have their own event now.
Yeah. So
I think most everybody has
Right.
started doing their own event now. E3
Yeah.
is becoming less and less of a thing every year for the
Yeah.
So
past
it's like E3 is
maybe
Netflix now.
5
Great.
years.
Yeah. So we might, if I can get everyone together for it, or even if I can't, we might stream or just record us talking over that and probably laughing at it mostly. But we want to
Ruining it.
Probably.
we want to look at Battlefield, or I want to look at Battlefield because
2042. That's
Yeah.
going to be good. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'll
which is
probably start shouting about The Sims at some point
yeah.
during that.
Mhm.
yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, as well as an Animal Crossing expert, a Sims
Yeah.
expert as well.
How do you feel about
Well-rounded.
the Cottage Core expansion that's coming out?
I'm so excited for that.
Uh-huh.
They're actually like doing things we asked for. Can you imagine that?
I saw that
Like,
bunk beds and ladders were happening. Is that true? Can you confirm?
what? What?
Was it not bunk beds and ladders? The two
Oh,
most
that already
requested Sims
happened.
feature?
That
That happened? Okay, that's how
It
far
did.
behind I am. I'm going to stop talking.
Yeah, I'm excited for that for once. Probably will be disappointed still, but you know,
Perception
I
check.
can dream.
Perception check for Sims 4 in 2021.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially. Did you
Um,
attend the live music event that they had with those artists?
No.
The music festival thing? No, me and Emma did it. We sat and
Did
watched
you?
the whole thing. It was great. Weird,
No, I didn't do
but it was
that.
great.
I didn't see it though. I saw other people do it.
There was a few points where we were like, is this it? But other
You
than
say that with everything with The Sims though. Like every
Yeah.
time something comes out, you're like, is that it?
That's
Really?
very much had that. Okay, so they were consistent with their content then.
They are, yeah.
It very much wasn't the Katy Perry cupcake expansion pack, but it was still pretty good.
fuck me. Yeah.
So do you guys want to talk about upcoming games? Because I have a few I want to talk about.
We can do that. I was going to save that till later, but yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Upcoming games without the question mark. See, professional.
Oh, can't eat
Shoot,
garlic bread.
Ali, fire away. Your topic.
I was specifically referencing A New World by Amazon Game Studios that's upcoming quite recently.
So
I haven't seen that.
yeah,
It's kind of like their own Dark Souls MMO-ish kind of thing.
Oh.
They had a closed beta quite recently that did quite well. And what excited me about the game was that every single thing that was a complaint in the beta has been fixed in the latest update. The patch notes, genuinely, 13, 14 pages long. Every single weapon's had a rework. It just looks kind of like the MMO that everyone's craving after a while kind of got poopy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So I'm quite excited about that.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
mean, I was. It's funny you should mention that because I was gonna purchase it so we could get into the next closed beta and take a look at that. So cool if you're jumping into that as well, and we'll both take a look at it, I suppose. But yeah, that's something I've been following for a while. Another MMO I was following, which I was going to talk about in the news bit, but fuck it, it's here now. The Crowfall MMO released.
Oh, yeah, I followed the devlog for that. That looks really exciting.
Yeah, so it released on the 6th. No one knew about it. It dropped like the Sega Saturn did. Like, you know, like people were playing it and were like, oh yeah, it's out, by the way. And we're like, oh, wait, what? Okay. And I have a stat here that says it peaked at 3,150 concurrent players, which is
joking?
Which is 0.6% of registered users. So no one has a fucking clue that this game is out now.
That's genuinely less than half of the Mordhau player base, even after Chivalry 2 came out.
Yeah. So
wow, yikes! Feels bad, man.
Yeah. It's a promising looking. It seems very PvP focused MMO.
I like that though, because World of Warcraft for me was nothing but PvP.
Yeah. See, for me, it was nothing but PvE. But Guild
Wars. That's the boring
was,
stuff, bro.
Yeah, Guild Wars was PvP.
5.4 patch 2v2 arena. Oh my god. Beats any raid in World of Warcraft. Don't at me. Don't at me in chat because I'm right. Why are you booing me? Right. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
So yeah, hopefully that picks up because it looks okay. You know, we don't want to see any. We don't like to see games fail, for sure, especially when they cost that much money and they've been crowdfunded like that.
Speaking of spending a lot of money and failing, just really quick side tangent. Do you want to see my Marks and Spencer's cheesy exclusive garlic bread that I was cooking during this podcast? It kind of got a little bit fucked up.
Oh, no!
I was too busy talking about something, so it's kind of that's
See,
fucked.
Look at that, people. He is burning food just for your entertainment. Oh no, that doesn't.
No, it's edible. It's fine. We're good.
Okay, I would not fucking eat that.
Oh, okay. The aftertaste. Never mind.
Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to think of any other upcomings that I'm excited about. Oh, I guess yeah, I guess there are two games that are interesting in their own ways.
Oh God,
Skyward Sword HD is coming to the Switch.
The remake on Switch.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, in 2 days. Brace yourselves, people. The shitty motion controls are back again, but this time the controllers are smaller.
Woo.
Yeah, but it's Skyward Sword on the Switch, though.
Yeah, yay. Yeah.
Does that not make up for it? I was excited up until I heard this pessimism. What's going on?
It's not a good game.
Is it not?
No. It wouldn't have been good even if it didn't have the shitty motion controls in it, but that makes it so much worse.
Definitely no Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, Breath of the Wild is one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. I still haven't finished it. It's been like 4 years I've been playing that game.
And Space Jam: A New Legacy, because that's a thing. Yeah, LeBron is going to be in a game again.
That's quite again.
Aren't they doing a movie as well?
Yeah,
too?
I mean, yeah.
Are they?
Are they bringing that back?
No, because I'm the only. Even though there's an American right below me, and I am a UK person, I'm from England. I am the only basketball fan here.
Disgusting.
In this podcast, and probably in all of our listeners, I would expect as well.
All three of our listeners.
Yeah, all three of you. Thanks, guys. By the way.
Thanks, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Yeah. Yeah. So that game doesn't look great, but we'll look at it because
we'll get there. Is there not also? I don't know a lot about it, but is it Sega? No, not Sega. There's another brawler game coming out to rival Smash, and it's got Nintendo worried. It's who the fuck did that again? I shouldn't have started a topic without having any idea what I'm talking about, but I'm cutting celery and tomatoes at the same time, so it almost might as well be there.
Okay.
What? No, you guys know what I mean. You've seen it. It's all over the internet. There's another brawler game coming out. Don't make me Google it.
I have no idea.
Hold on. Is it Sega? No, it's because it's got SpongeBob in it. Hold up. Wait.
It's not Brawlhalla, is it? That's
Um,
already out.
I know what you're talking about, just because.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawls, that's it.
Yeah.
All the Nickelodeon
What?
characters. So you get SpongeBob fighting,
Oh my god.
Rugrats. It has a lot of the features that Smash players have been requesting for a long time, like sort of backwards compatibility, wave dashing, etc.
Hold on, let me bring
Um,
this up.
I can just
Yeah, I
chuck
heard
you a
about that
fat link in the Discord.
yesterday.
I've got it. Here we go.
From one of the people I know who plays Smash a lot.
Abs, was it?
No,
I
probably
still can't
Joe.
believe how fucking hard we got destroyed when we tried to beat Abs at Smash.
Is that not?
No.
They put Nigel Thornberry in a fucking video game.
It's Nickelodeon, bro. He's an icon.
Jeez, what the fuck? Okay, sure. Yeah.
He's a fighty man
My
now.
god. How do
Playable
I not
character.
know about this?
Oh, it's all over the internet, Abs.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah,
where you've
it's-
been.
Is that Reptar? Hell
Yeah.
yeah,
Of
bro.
course,
Okay,
from
I'm in.
the Rugrats. Did
I'm
you ever
in.
watch the Rugrats?
Of course I did.
Unironically, I watched the Rugrats all the time when I was a Rugrat. It was amazing.
Same. Fuck yeah.
Invader Zim.
I don't know who Zim is. I don't know
Invader
who this
Zim was
guy
a bit
is.
too complicated for me.
Okay, Leonardo.
Hey,
Yeah.
Okay, yep. I'm
Hell
with you on that.
yeah.
Okay. This.
I'm liking this.
I'm down for this.
Perception check. Whatever the fuck this game's called.
Yeah. Yeah. I am so down for this.
Yeah, me
what,
too.
Any idea what platforms this is out on?
Sega Mega Drive. I don't know. Does that say at the end of the video? Oh, we have the video on the stream. That's kind of cool.
We do. Fall 2021 on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series.
It's on Switch. Boom.
X
That's all we
and
need to
S,
know.
And on the Switch, yeah.
Oh, thank God.
So sweet. That's gonna be
Nice.
pretty
That's
fucking
very exciting.
cool.
What about that? Is it Tribes of Midgard? Is that out yet?
No. When does that drop? Let me check. Tribes of Midgard, because we're definitely gonna do a perception check on that, but we're gonna I think we're probably gonna do something similar to what we did with Muck. Hopefully.
That was fun.
27th.
27th. Yeah. So this is for people who don't know, this is a ARPG like Diablo kind of style combat, set in a Norse Viking type setting, and it looks fucking fantastic. All cell shaded, WoW style boss fights from the looks of things. And it's co-op survival / tower defense in some ways, it seems like.
Yeah.
There's base building and stuff. Yeah. Think like Valheim meets Diablo, I guess. Is the best way.
Valheim was such a hot hit for a few months. That was crazy.
Yeah.
We played
That's
the
why I
shit
mentioned
out of
it. You know, because we all kind of enjoyed Valheim.
Valheim
I
was
know Ali
incredible.
enjoyed it probably a lot more than I did. But
I
I still
fucking
enjoyed
lived that
it.
game.
So yeah, I'm excited for Tribes of Midgard. I think it's gonna be
Nice.
fun.
Yeah, that's on the watch list for sure, and that drops like in less than 2 weeks. So, pumped
Exciting.
for that one.
I have another game that I know very little about, but would like to talk about. It's also a game that I shared my excitement with all of you. Do you remember Palia?
Yes, I'm so
Palia,
excited for that
the
as well.
Stardew Valley World of Warcraft game that's coming out soon.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks so good.
What reassured me a lot about that game was that a lot of the developers that are working on that were ex-developers from World of Warcraft, but like OG era good World of Warcraft kind of times. So I have a lot of feelings towards this game. I'm quite excited. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Can you load up the trailer?
I am
the little
just doing that
screen?
now, but I've got a stupid advert. So
Oh,
there we go.
not that we could advocate ad block on the podcast, but ad block.
I'm browsing as a guest, so I don't think you have an extension.
Well, you dork.
There's so many like elements to this game, and I think I'm gonna like all of them.
Every
Yeah.
single one. Yep.
They're all right up my alley.
Whoever
Yeah.
that big dude with the fishing rod, I want to be his friend.
I know, he's so cute.
Yeah, shout out to Andy for showing me this a good while back, but I just totally forgot about it. But yeah,
Wow.
this really interested me when I first saw it. But Do we have any idea on sort of release dates or anything like that?
No, but the
trying to
Discord's
look.
really active, and the devs have done like a lot of development streams, Q&As, and sort of stuff. They've been quite transparent about the development process of it.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Do we have any gameplay details? Whether this will feature like combat or anything like that?
None so far, other than what's expressed in the trailer. But what they promise to make with the final product is probably like every single thing you've wanted in the MMO for like 10 years.
Right.
Specifically, if you can see the very last part we're coming to right now, where you see all 3 adventurers running out into the wild as a group with the name tags above them and an adventure with fucking gliders like it was Breath of the Wild. That sold me immediately.
Yeah.
Not, because whatever you're collecting on that adventure, you can build into furniture in your little house like it's The Sims. I don't know. I'm very, very easily pleased, and that game ticked all my boxes.
Well, that's kind
Me
of
too. Me too.
Is
I
that?
hope it's good.
I feel like we're psyched about that, but Casey looks distinctly unpsyched about seeing another farming sim game.
Well, no. Like in MMOs don't appeal to me.
Oh no!
I don't like to play. I don't like to be in games with people I don't know running around.
Unless you're shooting them in the face.
Just thanks.
Yeah, I mean, but like an open world type of multiplayer thing, just I don't like. It's not my thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So, internet's a thing, and it dies sometimes. Thanks, PlusNet. Shitty UK internet.
Are we actually calling out the brand? Shit, all right.
Yeah, we're fucking calling them out. Yeah, so we're back. We were done talking about that whatever video game we were talking about an hour ago.
A few minutes ago when the internet died.
Yeah, a few minutes ago. Ali definitely hasn't eaten a full meal since then. And,
it wasn't good because I didn't have anything.
Okay, excellent. And it wasn't all burnt.
Relax, mate. There's no need. The rest of it was fine. Just the garlic bread had a bit of an incident.
He even burned the salad somehow. I don't know.
Yeah. How do you
it's really
fuck
crispy.
up? Yeah, how do you burn iceberg lettuce, man? What the fuck? Okay.
It turns out it's not supposed to go in the oven.
Really?
Didn't read the instructions.
Really?
Ugh.
Fuck. Wow.
I thought iceberg implied it had to be defrosted, so I just put it in the oven with everything else.
Okay.
Video games are such a big topic that they get their own news, apparently. And that's no different on this podcast. The Nintendo Switch OLED.
That OLED Switch. Oh.
Yeah. So,
okay.
A couple of weeks before this was shown, we were all expecting, from a leak that came prior to E3, we were expecting a showing at E3 of a Nintendo Switch Pro, which I was personally excited for. Pretty sure the rest of you guys were, being Switch owners, because that thing isn't great on the old power, especially when it's in TV mode.
Yeah.
Then this dropped. We were sat around watching E3 together before. We were sat around watching E3 together before we started up HitScan, and we were all like, "Fucking what? That's it, Nintendo?" So now we're like, "Fucking what? That's it, Nintendo?" With this.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it drops in about a month. I am the only one of the crew that doesn't own their own Nintendo Switch. So
Pathetic.
maybe this appeals to me, or is supposed to, but it doesn't really. The only thing different about it is it's a bigger screen. It's OLED, so games will look nicer, but it's still a 720p resolution. So
exact same resolution, exact same color scale, exact same frame rate, exact same everything else, except you get 0.8 inches.
Yeah.
Well, and they changed the dock that it goes into. Oh, that's one thing too that you see right there is the kickstand's a little bigger.
Yes.
But the dock that it plugs into now has built-in Ethernet jack into it. That is like the only cool change. I'm hoping I can just buy that dock and it work for me.
Well, it's Type C USB, so I imagine you could just plonk the.
Yeah. I think it should work.
The interesting thing about that Ethernet.
Surprised.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Ali.
I was just going to say, the interesting thing about implementing the Ethernet port in the new dock was that they also removed the USB port that was there, or whatever port was used for the GameCube controller or external controller. So it's kind of like it upset a lot of people that played, one of the biggest games on the fucking console, Smash.
Yep.
Smashy Smash boys. The controllers that they use for that competitively don't work anymore on the new Switch OLED.
Yeah.
Really?
So
because I know there's multiple USB ports on the dock.
Yeah, there are still 2 on the dock. Yeah. So that should still work.
I have to make a few phone calls in that case.
Fingers crossed. Okay. Apologize to some people. Did you ring Reggie up?
You were
Fucking
I made a lot of angry phone calls to Nintendo HQ. I have their direct number.
Reggie, you piece of shit.
I don't speak Japanese, so they won't know, so it's fine. We'll just move on from that.
Yeah, it's 64 gig internal storage, which still isn't a lot. Hopefully the speakers are good though, because they're not awesome in the current model.
They have a headphone jack on the old ones, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
It is right here.
And the Joy-Cons are still the same.
Drifty.
We assume. So
yep.
Maybe they fixed the drift, maybe they don't. Has that happened to any one of you guys? Because I know that on the Switch I did own, which my eldest kids now own, that had some real bad drift on that left-hand controller.
Mine does.
Right.
Yeah, the left one, yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never played with the Joy-Cons.
You don't want to. They're pretty shit anyway.
Good for you, man. Jesus.
I've never had that happen. But what I have noticed happening is if you're holding the console like this for a while on the weight of like holding just the Joy-Cons, so the weights on the whatever hinge system they have on the inside, it does sometimes go like, oh, you've disconnected the controller, and I'm halfway through Monster Hunter like, no, I've not, and it kind of fucks up the whole vibe when you have to like unplug and then replug a controller that wasn't disconnected in the first place. That's the only issue I've had so far. But then no one on the internet's complained about that other than me so far. So I thought it's just the way I was holding it,
Yeah. So yeah, they've even said there
like
actually.
with the iPhone.
They mentioned
iPhone.
Still use the accessories with the old Switch on the new Switch.
Oh fuck! We're gonna have to edit the podcast. Edit out everything I said.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's a lot of info to drop on that stuff.
Oh no! Disclaimer.
Yeah,
disclaimer right at the very start.
I think I speak for us all when I say we're pretty disappointed. I'm probably the only one in here that would pick that up, but I'm not going to. So
no. The thing is, though, they've kind of done this with every other console they've released. It's the same thing as the DS. Do you remember how many iterations? The very sort of small incremental steps with each version of it that just weren't substantial in any way until it got to like 5 generations different. So you've got like the DSi 3D XL as opposed to just the DSi, and you're like, oh, maybe I should. I don't know. I just think
it's 2 inches bigger. Done.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, like I said before, like when we were talking about this on our own, I'm not surprised that this is all it is, because otherwise you would end up like creating a lot of issues where you would have games that would be like only for the Switch Pro, or people who are trying to make games that'll work for both the Switch and the quote unquote Switch Pro. You're going to have an issue of, it's like making a game for, to work on multiple generations of the Xbox. It's going to be handicapped by whatever the least performing one is. So there really was, unless they want to really make a full on new generation, there's not a point to majorly change the hardware without basically changing the games too.
Exactly, because the change in hardware would completely jeopardize whatever optimization they've got in the games they're currently making. So it'd be like they just extend every release date.
I mean, we did see that in the shift from the DS to the 3DS. So I was expecting that would happen. Obviously, that time frame went on a lot longer. Maybe we will see something like that in the future. But I mean, every other major games console, I say every other, there's 2. They're supporting their previous version and their new version with a game, the same game on both models of console, and obviously they'll down sample and down scale for the previous gen, But yeah, I mean that's like you say,
It's
it's
slowly
not been
being phased out,
Nintendo's
though.
way. Yeah, not been Nintendo's way. And the Switch has been really popular for them, and they were really banking on that. So I can understand it from that point of view. But as a consumer who's looking for something, I want a new, more powerful Nintendo console because I was disappointed.
You want to be excited. You want a reason to buy the new one.
Yeah.
Because a lot of games that have come out recently haven't run particularly well on the Switch.
No.
And a lot of the ports they've done have been horrifically sort of incapacitated as opposed to what they were originally. Like The Witcher 3 was a good example of that.
Yeah.
It's incredible they've got that running on a fucking what is essentially an Android tablet in the first place.
On a Tegra chip, essentially.
Exactly. And then you kind of look at the game and you're like, oh, is that still The Witcher? Or another more modern example would be Immortals Phoenix Rising, which is kind of like Breath of the Wild, Electric 2, Boogaloo, whatever.
Yeah.
That runs horrifically on the Switch. It wasn't until I got it on PC, I was like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be like. But I don't know. The games that are like the console seller for the Switch are like Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart, Animal Crossing. They all run perfectly because that's what they're built for. But the ports, which are the sort of like the more selling games, it kind of shows the limitation to the Switch, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I look at the ports and I'm just like, why wouldn't I just buy it on a PC? Like, it's just
I mean,
better.
yeah.
You can't play PC on the toilet, though.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah. And it's nice to take one to work, especially if you have like a long lunchtime. That stuff is great.
And that. Yep.
But anyway, moving on so we can quickly get the hell out of here and go and play some Battle Fizzle. PlayStation Now on the PC. Don't know if you guys have seen this.
I haven't.
No.
So I really like God of War. And I didn't get a chance to play the PS4 one. So fucking we can do that now.
Yeah, but no, here's the thing, right? This is, again, probably just Chinese whispers from rumors I've heard. Two things. A, is it not similar to Google Stadia /OnLive where it streams the gameplay to you as opposed to you play the game? And the second point is, do you not have to use a PS4 controller on like Bluetooth or USB? Because that's what I've heard from it so far, but I've never been interested enough to have a look. I'm almost certain that's...
Yes. If I had to guess, this is exactly like the Xbox alternative, where it's going to be cloud streaming it, and basically they have modified consoles all in a data center, and you're just streaming from those. I forget what it's called, but Microsoft does the weirdest things with naming conventions, so I could throw a random guess out there.
Azure Cloud or something like that?
No. I've got the whole internet in front of me. Let me just look it up.
The whole internet? Holy shit.
Well, yeah, okay. So I didn't know that it was going to be streamed, but yeah, now you're saying start streaming hundreds of games on.
It's quite limited from what I understand. It's not like the Xbox Game Pass where you can just install it on your PC and then play the game. It's different to that.
We will definitely take a look at that on the site and let you know how the latency is, or at least I will.
Called xCloud.
xCloud, that's it. Project xCloud. Yeah.
xCloud.
Did you guys never try OnLive when that was the hot shit of the day?
God, no.
Even back when the internet infrastructure was even worse. I remember that very vividly.
I mean, it's not gotten any better over here, right?
So... Nope. Thanks, PlusNet.
Yeah.
HitScan sponsored? No, it's not.
No, it's not. It never will be. It never will be.
I had a 3-month free trial of Google Stadia and never even tried it, and then 6 months later realized, hey, I'm still paying for this, and I've never used it once. So,
me at World of Warcraft.
Yeah, same.
Burning Crusade Classic just didn't hit.
Yeah. Really quick, just thought this was cool. Not really news, but it is because it's new. Playversus. This is an organization that is doing esports for youth leagues, colleges, high schools, ages 13 to 18. And these kids can earn money doing this. And I know that at least over in the States, there are certain schools that have got scholarships for League of Legends and things like that. So
what?
Yeah,
that's the thing.
So cool to see, a whole organization stretching out over this. You've got Smash Bros, Splatoon, Rocket League, League of Legends, Madden, FIFA, and Smite.
Oh dear.
Um,
Imagine getting a scholarship to play professional Smite.
yeah, and then
Like I'd fucking smite myself at that point.
Fortnite and Overwatch in college, but not in high school. Interesting. And then for the
has entered
youths,
the podcast.
yeah,
Hello.
and then
This is Leo, everybody.
Oh my
Hi, Leo.
god! He was making a right racket before.
Yeah, he wants
things
to
to
go
add.
outside.
It's too hot outside.
so
That's why
yeah,
both have the exact same fan in the background.
that's that on that. I just thought that was cool to mention.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
That is
it's
cool.
really cool.
Final Fantasy 14 is getting a licensed cookbook.
Yeah, 14's popping off right now.
Yeah.
Asmund Gold's picked up on it and he's like, hey, what's up, you guys? With his eyebrows going fucking everywhere and
Oh,
100k
yeah.
viewers per stream. And he's like,
Yeah.
he's kind of, I think because the idea was that some WoW developer or some project manager, lead manager had like insulted him over the internet, despite all the shit he's done for Blizzard over the past few years, trying to rectify the shit heap they've made of a game.
Yeah.
And then he was like, you know what? Fuck it. Final Fantasy 14. And now it got double the viewers of WoW on
Yeah,
Twitch.
it's popping right now. Big time.
It popping so much that I installed it.
Wow. Okay.
Mm.
So I got that game
Well,
when it.
you were playing it less than half a year ago, anyways. So
No, you see,
I
I'm
got
riding
you.
the trend here. I'm modern. I'm with the hip kids that are playing Final Fantasy 14. I'm a new start. I'm definitely not max level already. Don't worry about it. I think it's a
Yeah.
great game. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, the last time I played it was when it first released, so not the new version where they went away and then come back with an actually good game. I played it when it was dog shit, and that was the last time I played it.
Yep. 2 weeks ago. Yep.
Yeah.
No, they've just released a new expansion pack as well. It's supposed to be really good.
Oh, okay. Wild
Elderborn?
Wild is still in development. I think
Oh my
I saw
God.
this at E3 in 2016.
Yeah,
Maybe-
I completely forgot about that game.
2015. Okay.
What game?
Wild.
Wow.
Exactly. What game?
What?
Yeah.
It looked really interesting. This was you were a shaman who could basically control animals, and it was like this open world kind of adventure game. There was no real
Doctor
combat
Dolittle,
shown.
the RPG?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you now.
Yeah. Apparently, it's still in development. It's been 5 years. It's been cancelled and uncancelled 5 or 6 times. But they're still working on it. Apparently.
Nice.
So, yeah. Wild Sheep says that it's going super well.
Clearly.
We'll see. And quite possibly the most interesting gossip. Bloodborne Hunters Edition coming to PS5 and PC, though it is a rumor. Yeah, so apparently Souls Hunt, who is a big leaker in the Soulsborne community, he's got a bunch of stuff right before. He reckons that it'll drop for PS5 and PC at some point, upscaled version. Which is great for, again, people like me, haven't had a PlayStation, love that franchise, but have never played that game. So
Yeah. Sony have sort of been gradually moving more towards bringing exclusives over to PC. It was Horizon Zero Dawn was the most recent one.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
people were objectively supporting that by buying it, being like, yes, we want more Sony exclusives
Yeah.
on PC right now.
yeah,
So I think that's that's a good precedent to set, I think.
yes, definitely. Good job, PC gamers.
We're doing a good job for once.
We're doing
Not
it.
even just 4chan memes anymore. We're doing good, productive things.
Yeah. So that is it. That's
Yep.
all. We're going to stop talking now and go and stream over again twitch.tv/HitScan on Twitch. If you can't be bothered typing that in, go up there, hitscan.co.uk, scroll down, you can see the tune in button. The VOD will be there for you because this won't be going up until tomorrow for us. So, yeah. Thanks everyone for coming. Why are you laughing?
You're welcome. No reason to worry.
Okay. I wasn't
Nothing.
looking at you guys, so
Relax. Stop. You're paranoid.
You'll see it where you edit it.
great. Oh, I can't wait.
Melting blood.
I swear it wasn't me this time.
Yeah, so thanks everyone for coming along and showing your beautiful faces.
You're welcome, especially Casey. Look at that.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially Casey's beautiful background. That is fucking...
The background? I was talking about the foreground. Okay.
Oh, damn. All right. Thanks, everyone. And thanks for listening, watching, however you're consuming this. Hopefully not through your mouth. This won't taste very nice.
Weird that you had to add that part.
Yeah. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
No, we won't. See you later.
Bye.